All right, men of leisure.
And our highly sophisticated women of leisure.
What if we told you
you could be 2 days ahead of everyone else?
While the rest of the world is waiting until Sunday, you could already be listening on Friday.
That's right. Subscribers get a 48-hour jump on every single episode.
Early access, early laughs, same ridiculous hosts.
It's basically like TSA PreCheck, but for leisure.
Hit the subscription link in the show notes and secure your early boarding pass.
Welcome to the Leisure Breakaway. Catch the sun and seize the day. Push the limit, feel the heat. Listen to the rhythmic beat. Keep on moving, never slow. Where the yellow jersey goes. The tour is calling out your name. This is the Leisure Breakaway.
All right. The Leisure Breakaway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Cycling Men of Leisure's Leisure Breakaway. We're bringing it to you every day to review what happened at the Tour de France. And stage 5, let me tell you, it brought the speed, it brought the heat, and the thrilling sprint into Po. While the sprinters battled for the stage wins, the Tour's favorites fought to stay out of trouble before the mountains take center stage tomorrow. I am Michael, and with me once again is my good friend Adam.
Well, good evening. Stage 5.
That's right. How you doing?
Good. I have been fielding community members lots of questions, and so I didn't get a chance to look up your nationality thing. But don't worry, that'll be tomorrow. I've got a lot of good stuff. So
okay, it's not a hurry. It was just I was interested. So today's stage, it was a good one. Started in Len Lamazan. It finished in Po. 158.3 kilometers, which for us Americans is 98.4 miles. They gained approximately 1,750 meters of elevation. That is 5,740 feet of climb. The weather, again, is the big topic at the Tour. It is hot and dry. Average temperature today was around 88 degrees Fahrenheit, 31 degrees Celsius. They were really challenged today with staying hydrated. I mean, it was starting to show big time. So far we've only lost 3 riders. So that's pretty good. And it's actually better than where they normally are at stage 5. But the highlights for today is we really saw our first true batch of sprints. We haven't really had any sprinting in the first 4 days up till now. Today, let me tell you, as far as the winner in my books, Baptiste Vestofer, man, French rider. He spent most of the day in the breakaway. But when he took off right from the get-go, nobody went with him. So that guy stayed out for the most of the day, 2 to 3 minutes ahead of the peloton by himself. So, I mean, fantastic job to him. Typically, when you go, somebody else or 2 other people or 3 other people go with you. Nope. It's like he took off and, turned around and there's like nobody with him. So they were just like, keep going. It's your race. Ride like you want to. And that's what he did. So great effort by him. Now, in the final 6 kilometers, there was a crash, which just totally fractured up the peloton and disrupted several of the sprinting trains. I mean, at that point, the sprinting trains were getting lined up, ready to go. And then they had this crash. And so that messed a lot of stuff up. But Olav Kuvy, He was able to keep his composure through all that chaos. To outsprint Max Cantor and Tim Milar, and was pretty intense the last 6-7 kilometers. General classification, Toddy and Vendigo pretty much stayed neck and neck, so there's really no significant changes there. If we're looking at the jerseys, Torstein Tran, and let me tell you, they talked about 5 different ways of pronouncing his name. He's in the yellow jersey. Mods Patterson is in the green jersey. Polka dot jersey goes to Alex Budin, and then the white jersey is Matthias Vasek. So very, very crazy day today. Tomorrow we're looking at 186 kilometers. And this is going to be, tomorrow will really be the first big true mountain days, because they're going to have multiple category climbs. So it'll be fun to watch the climbers. I'm a big climber person. I mean, I really like watching the climbs versus the sprints. So I'll get to see that tomorrow.
Nice. Well, we have a wonderful friend. We rode a bus with this gentleman for 9 hours to go.
Bus ride was only supposed to be 5.
Yeah, I was going to say, to go 4 hours or whatever, it took 9 hours. But friendship developed, as mentioned multitude of times on the show. We've met him in Florida. He was on an airplane today, and he's about 35,000 feet somewhere over Texas. And he said, "Hey, gentlemen, you should talk about." Let me see what he said here. He said, "Hello from 36,000 feet over somewhere in Texas. Here's a Tour de France rule that some may not know about. It's against the rules to ride backwards on the tour, so you can't go back to help a teammate. That's reasonable for the riders, but it applies to everyone, including mechanics. I bring it up because on stage 3, please fact check me if I'm wrong, a team car went past a rider that was waiting for a bike change. When they realized this, the mechanic rode a bike back to the rider. The mechanic was fined 500 Swiss francs for the infraction. I don't know why the reason Tour de France uses Swiss francs instead of the euros or dollars. It's a currency of choice." So I decided this was the first piece of information of our community member that wrote to us. I think this is in chronological order because we had a bunch today, which I'm really excited about. So I looked it up, and according to the UCI 1.2.064/2.2.015, why is that important that I read all that to you? Because there is sequential rules like 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, because they kept having to change it. And now everything is the same up until 2024. So what is allowed? A rider can drop back by simply just slowing down or stopping at the roadside and letting the race flow past them. They're still facing the right race direction or going in the forward motion. They do this all the time. They're waiting for the leader after a crash or a puncture, pacing them back to the peloton, maybe fetching a water bottle from the team car, maybe giving a teammate their own wheel or bike perchance. But that is actually allowed, and that's why they had to change some of the rules, because it was written in a way where people, of course, interpreted the rules how they wanted to, so that's why it had to be fixed. What is forbidden? He's absolutely correct. Armando says that physically turning around the bike against the direction of the race, this violates that rule. I'm not going to read it again, but it counts as dangerous riding. It's sanctioned by fines, times, penalties, and since 2004, now they give out yellow cards. The practical reason behind the peloton is to convoy the team of cars, motos, ambulances doing 50-plus kilometers an hour. A rider heading backwards into that head-on collision is waiting to happen. Riders even get fined for riding back down the finishing straight to their bus after a stage, and this has happened multiple times. And mechanics to help the rider, they're not allowed to turn around whatsoever, and that is one of the sequential rules to UCI blah blah blah. You can look into it if you want, but technical support may only come from the team car, neutral service, or the broom wagon, and must be given to the rear of the rider's group while stationary. So while mechanical, you drift back or stop and wait for the car to reach you. So that was that was very interesting. And you had mentioned that before we actually recorded. And so before I move on to another community member's questions, anything to add to that, sir?
No, I just think, I was about taken out one time on just a regular ride with somebody going the wrong way out in Iowa, but very dangerous. There's good reason for it. And that was a big talk on day 3 when that mechanic, and he didn't even go very far, but they're very serious about that. So appreciate that question and having us look into it, because I think it's something important to understand. Because if your team car is not paying attention and he goes by you and you need something, you have to catch up to, if both your team cars, because there's 2 team cars, you have to catch up to those team cars. They cannot come back and get you. They cannot, run back or anything like that. So thank you. Great question, or great point.
Wade Paul, definitely listening every day. And thank you. He's been writing us every day. Today, his question is, one question I always have is how points for the jersey secure, who is the fastest through the gates, or who finishes each sprint, first stage, etc. And I do have a breakdown here.
Okay, cool.
I have the combativity award, which the jury picks the most aggressive rider after every mass start stage, except for the final in Paris. And the rider wears a distinctive race number the next day. It was red and white for years, but since 2023, it's been golden, thanks to the sponsor of Century 21, including 2026. There's a super combativity award for the whole tour, and that's presented in Paris. But how are jersey points distributed? Green points jersey, it's cumulative, not first sprinter wins. The rider collects points at the finish of every stage. Biggest hauls on the flat stage, 70 for the winner in 2026, scaling down through the 18th, fewer points on hilly mountain stages, plus 1 intermediate sprint mid-stage each day, and the most points wears the green jersey. For the polka dotted, or what is the mountain jersey, or if you have mentioned so far in each one of these episodes, the king of the mountain. You've mentioned that on every episode. But it's points at the top of every categorized climb. The harder the category, which is labeled HC down to a category 4, the more points with doubles of certain summit finishes. First over each gate, the KOM banner scores the most. And the yellow and white jersey, it's not actually points. It's pure cumulative time. Lowest time overall, yellow, and among riders under 26, wear the white jersey. So for green, it's not who's the fastest or anything on the clock. It's placing the designated lines and adding up over a total of 3 weeks. So Wade, thank you for your continued not only support, but asking your questions, and I thank you. So I do have one more, but I wanted to give you a chance to pipe in on that.
The only thing I'd say is, and that's a good point, is the KOM, that stands for King of the Mountain. So if you're watching it, and they always abbreviate it, and they'll say, well, the KOM points went to X rider. That's what they're talking about. It's like the first few riders up, like you said, get the different points, and those are KOM points, and those go towards specifically the polka dot or the King of the Mountain jersey.
And the last thing I have is not actually official. Our community member, Mark, wrote us, and he said, can you talk about the caboose? And when looking into it, it's actually called Latin Rouge. It used to be called caboose. It's not actually official. It's the last place rider named the red lamp after the red lamp on a train's rear car. So your caboose instinct, it says, is actually the Latin Rouge. It's purely unofficial, no jersey, no special number, no prize. The red number was always the combativity marker, but not last place. But what's really interesting about that is it goes on to say, and I'll paraphrase, since we're trying to keep these nice and short, that is still, it's almost like going to a young kid's sporting event where there's no score. Oh, somebody knows the score. I mean, there are people who are definitely paying attention to who is the caboose. But then again, it made a funny comment is even as someone who's the caboose after 3 weeks still says they rode the Tour de France for 3 weeks. So
they finished it, and my hats are off to all of them.
So those were our community members who reached out to us. Brings a big smile to my face. We know people are listening, and one exciting piece is we were accepted by the Tour de France themselves, or at least whoever is running their social media pages, to be able to share on Tour de France. So it's really,
Seriously?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
That's pretty exciting. And you may have seen that today because it said you've been approved or you've been labeled on our Facebook page. So
They must have some pretty low standards.
well, they must, or they just really want to get the publicity out for the Tour de France, and they're like, all right,
Yeah, we'll take these clowns. We'll take them too. Why not?
yeah, exactly. So
Michael's mom is it? It's important that we reach out to Michael's mom. Yeah.
So I will, short of community members writing us in the middle of the night again, or throughout the workday tomorrow. Tomorrow I will have the nationality of the riders, and so I wanted to give due diligence for those who are.
No, put theirs first. That's absolutely understandable. So
that's the community, and that's what my interesting tidbits for those paying attention.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm having fun with this so far. This is kind of cool. The names are killing me, I got to admit, but I'm working through them. I've had some people prompt me on the correct pronunciation of some of these names, so I appreciate it. Bear with me. Maybe by the end of this 3 weeks, I will get it correctly. Or get it correct. So we'll see. But
It's
186.
Baransky.
What's that?
Baransky.
Baransky?
No. When people call me Barn, you know what I do? I'm like, let me go get him. And then I set my phone down and walk away.
Can I speak with Mr. Barnansky? I'd like to talk to him about his car warranty.
Oh, you know what? Let me go get him. I'll be right back.
And then you
Sit
just
right
never
here.
come back. That's funny. Because my phone is dinging right now with potential scam or spam.
There you go, buddy.
All right. That's it for today. I look forward to tomorrow. It should be good and see how the mountains treat them.
That sounds wonderful.
Welcome to the Leisure Breakaway. Catch the sun and seize the day. Push the limit, feel the heat. Listen to the rhythmic beat. Keep on moving, never slow. Where the yellow jersey goes. The tour is calling out your name.